So, and this, I should say, I should give credit, this is a slide which I asked the department director if I could use in this presentation. So this is the slide which was used by the state agency in its presentation before the Senate and House Appropriations, which is why the style is a little different from this. So the House adopted the Medicaid expansion in May, and the vote, now keep in mind Michigan's legislature is led by Republicans on both the House and Senate side, and Governor Snyder is a Republican. So the House passed the Medicaid expansion by a vote. It was, I think, 78 to 26 or something like that, roughly 3 votes. And it came to the Senate. The Senate in Michigan is comprised of there are 38 members, 26 Republicans and 12 Democrats. And the Senate debated this, and there were some alternative ideas on the Senate side. And those were debated, and as the legislature, we have a full-time year-round legislature in Michigan, and as the legislature prepared to break for its summer recess, the Senate Majority Leader chose not to bring it to a vote because there were all these different ideas being discussed. And a committee, similar to this, was formed, which has held hearings through the summer. And that committee considered this bill, held hearings in a room like this, packed just like this, and reported it out 2 weeks ago, and at the same time also reported out 2 bills that are not exactly Medicaid expansion bills. One would convert the program to a state-funded program with a lot of personal responsibility requirements, would not meet the Medicaid criteria, so if state-funded, it would cost something like $1 billion a year. So it's a Medicaid, it's a coster, not a saver. And there's another alternative bill also that was similar, didn't cost quite as much. But the governor's supporting House Bill 4714, which is the Medicaid expansion bill, which includes a number of provisions. It includes some reforms, including cost sharing of 5% of income, which is roughly, depending on 100, 125%, or 130% prior to roughly $20 to $25 a month. There is a provision in the bill which would require a waiver. It's not clear that it's approvable, but it would require a waiver that the department would apply for in 2014 or 2015 to, in effect, limit continuation of participation to 4 years, after which the individual would have the opportunity to increase in cost sharing to 7%, or to obtain coverage through the health benefit exchange or marketplace. It also prescribes that the department find a way to create a health savings-like feature to the expansion with contributions that could be made by the enrollee or the employer or by other private or public entities. That is not defined, but the provision is there. And then there's a very interesting provision because the legislators were very interested in, the senators were very interested in ensuring that the cost sharing was enforced. And so there's a provision, since all of these individuals would be enrolled in managed care organizations, that the managed care organizations would be tasked to enforce the incentive. And there would be mechanisms in place to ensure the cost sharing was collected and paid by the individuals. And there's a 0.25% withhold in the capitation payment, which the MCOs would earn back based on their enforcement of this provision. So that there's a total 1% withhold for MCOs. 3/4 of it would be for quality metrics and performance on that, and then the other 0.25% related to the cost sharing.